everyone's career is like a fingerprint. We all are born into unique circumstances and situations of life. We have unique skills and talents and abilities, right? Which enable us to be effective in different opportunities. Something that works for me might not work for you. And something that works for you might not work for me because our unique set of beliefs and value systems and skills and talents that we have.
From what I can see now, you do okay on radio, huh?
Sorry?
From what I can see now, you do quite okay on radio.
Really?
As well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just another platform, right?
No, indeed. No, Sam, a guy like you, a genius, so to say. I think any 17-year-old who can come up with the type of innovation that you have, I would call that a genius in his own right.
Okay.
You run a group of about 12 companies where you have to employ the best of the best staff.
Yeah.
I imagine that the recruitment process under someone like you would be quite rigorous. With the high expectations that you have upon yourself, how do you go about your recruitment to find, the ideal person to take care of your babies, so to speak?
Okay. So for me, I'm always looking for people that are hungry for success, people that want to grow, and people that are open to learning. More importantly, I've also been actively working with young people. If you look at our group, we have 12 companies and 6 strategic projects that we're working on. We have, I think, our employees are 324, the last time I checked, across the group. And our average age is probably 25 across the group. So we're always looking for young people that are hungry for success, that are achievers. And it's very, we have a work culture where when I go into the office, I don't care about an 8 to 5 kind of setup. People come and go as they like. They just have targets and results to produce. That's the kind of people that we look for. People that are self-starters, that don't need to be monitored, that think and solve problems. We're looking for entrepreneurs, right? They might not have started an enterprise and been an entrepreneur, but we look for entrepreneurs. People who look at their jobs as businesses. Those are the kinds of people we look for. And they're very difficult to come by, but now and then you come across good ones. I'll say even when we've recruited, we've also come across, the wrong kind of people, and you have to let them go and you have to look for the right ones.
Which
it's a constant process.
Which brings me to the interesting part. There's one thing being the entrepreneur and the visionary, and then comes the real nitty-gritties of business, which is the management side.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you approach that? Are you a hands-on guy? Are you?
So I'm completely hands-off to management, and I only provide strategic direction. I don't even sign, authorizations for expenditure. All the line managing directors and their management teams decide how they spend money, who they contract, and I'm not totally hands-off. So I only get involved in terms of making strategic decisions and giving strategic guidance, and also creating strategic linkages between these businesses among themselves. So I'm totally hands-off. I've had a model where the people that are on the ground are the ones that are empowered to make the decisions, because they're the ones that know the best decisions to make because of their proximity to their customer base.
Wow, that's a great skill to have. I know most people really want to chinchangwich. I want to see through, I want to see everything, but you end up getting old very young.
Yeah,
indeed.
And beyond this, you see, and also when you want to be hands-on, you cannot grow beyond a certain size. Yeah, it's just impossible. Once you get a certain size, you've got to learn to delegate more and find sharp people to run those entities. Yeah.
Someone like you, I think you're someone who's still pretty young. You've gotten to enjoy some success. You've gotten to enjoy the world a bit. What is success to you now that you've experienced it? What do you define success as?
I think I define success as being healthy and happy. That's my definition of success. And for me, success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. And for me, my ultimate thing is to foster health and happiness in my life and the life around, and the lives of people around. And I've seen that the mechanism and the execution point of all this is to solve people's problems. So if you look at all the businesses that we've created, we're solving problems. We're constantly looking at what are the problems society is facing and how can we solve them, and in a way that people will be happy to pay us. So that's my definition of success: being healthy and happy.
Being healthy and happy.
Yeah.
Now, with the happiness, with all this happiness, what has probably been, one of the greatest thing that, having success has allowed you to do? in your life? What has that allowed you to
So
do?
success has enabled me, and it's a journey. I wouldn't say I've arrived because I still have a lot more that I can achieve. And for me, success is being able to live on my own terms. So that's one of the freedoms I have. I have the freedom. If I wanted to retire today, I could retire today and live comfortably for the rest of my life. It's that peace of mind. It's the peace of mind knowing that I think 3 years ago, I was on holiday with my family for 4 months in the year, and we traveled around the world, and we stayed in the best hotels and flew in the front of the plane. And we enjoyed life. We got to enjoy experiences and make memories. And I like to believe I'm a very simple person as well. And even some of the simple things, there are many simple things that you can do when you have the freedom to be able to live life on your terms.
Yeah, I like the fact that you don't forget to enjoy, and that's important. And I like the word you mentioned, enjoying with your family. That's small things that people forget on the way on the journey. But enjoying with your family is exceedingly important.
Also, something I forgot. 1 year I developed a like for fast cars, and I bought some fast cars, participated in drag racing, and I came second in the national competition. I came second in the season for 2019 in the national competition. And I know people are still waiting for my race with Mayor in his Lamborghini and in my AMG. We hope it will happen in the foreseeable future with COVID restrictions.
You sound like our own Richard Branson here, Yeah, watch out for this guy. He's up to some outrageous stuff. Definitely. And probably what would you say is the silliest thing you've done? The more relaxed, the more fun side of Sam. What's something silly and just fun that you've been able to do?
I think for me it's more of crazy than silly, because I like adrenaline activities. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, and for me, I think adrenaline is what keeps me sane. So I do things that are scary, that people often say this guy is crazy. I've gone shark diving, with sharks, but not being inside a cage. And I was swimming among the sharks. There were about 6 of them, right? I've done skydiving from 13,000 feet to ground, or to an area that was 1,000 feet above ground level, above sea level, sorry. So it was a 12,000 feet fall, things like that. I'll bungee jump, bungee jumping is now like small compared to what.
Yeah, so some of those things, Sam, you can give me your money, but I'm still not doing that. You still won't find me there.
And next on my bucket list, I want to go and race in Formula 1 car, on a racetrack. And I've planned a trip specifically for that.
Just for that.
Yeah.
The man who's not afraid to take risks, a real entrepreneur at heart.
Yeah.
Sam, just before we go, what I want to find out is, what do you think makes you different? What makes you tick different from everyone?
I would like to believe I'm not different from anybody else. We all see the same sun. The same rain falls upon us. We breathe the same air. And I like to look at myself as an ordinary person. When I dropped out of school when I was 17, I only got a qualification, my degree and my chartered accountancy. I only got them when I was 25 years old. So I did not have any special skills. What I can just say, I'm an ordinary person who's been persistent and who's done their work in a very focused way over a long period of time. So from the time I was 15 years old, I was very clear about what I wanted to achieve by the time I was 30 years old. And I wrote a book. It's called Becoming Successful. And in that book, without writing it, I looked at the goals I wrote 15 years ago. And if you saw me in the state I was when I wrote those goals, it would be crazy to think that I'll achieve those by the time I was 30. But when I was 30 years old, I achieved 80% of those things. And it gave me motivation to plan for the next 40 years. So from the time I was 30, I planned for 40 years till I'm 70. And just like how I had crazy goals and targets, which I achieved 80% of, maybe I'll do the same in the next 40 years,
Wow, that's super inspiring.
Yeah.
And Sam, right now, obviously, there's definitely someone who's 17 years old or 15 years old or 30. I'm looking at all the landmarks landmarks you've hit, or maybe even 70.
Yeah.
And looking back on his life for someone who's young and looking forward to their life.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to a person like that?
What I would say is that have a long-term, the most important thing before you even decide what you're going to do at university or the job that you want to pick is ask yourself, who do I want to become in life? When I die, what do I want to be remembered for? And you decide what that is and you work backwards. You must always have a very clear vision and a direction in your life. And let your school be dictated by your vision and not your school dictating your vision. The tragedy is that we have a lot of people that wander through life and they don't know where they are going, and they expect the qualifications they do and everything they do to lead them to their vision. And then when they do their qualification, they get into the rat race and they figure it's not actually what they like doing. But it's too late to switch over. So I would say the most important thing is to define your vision, define who you want to become. And then from there, you work backwards. Let your education fit that. Let your friends fit that. Let your associates fit that. Let what you read, what you watch, fit into your vision. And trust me, success will be yours. An ordinary person like me was able to achieve extraordinary results by applying these very simple and elementary principles.
Sam, thank you so much for being on the program.
Yeah.
You're 31 years old now. You will still be young 4 years from now. So we want you on the program 4 years from now to see where you are.
I'll be very happy to be back.
That's going to be super exciting. My name is Taku David, and this has been the Young Money Show, where we chat to young people like Sam who are making a change in their lives, a change in the industry, and making a significant impact in all our lives around us. So guys, we'll catch you next week at 7:15 on ZFM Stereo, where you can catch the Young Money Show. We'll be tuning in with more exciting guests. Cheers.